everybody, I'm Tom Vasel. Welcome to your weekly Dice Tower News Digest. And so let's get right into it. Wizkids has announced OP Arena, which is kind of a take-that style card game where you just have these overpowered characters that come in and fight each other. It's really silly. I've had a chance to play a prototype of this and enjoyed it. They also announced a Spider-Man team-up campaign box for Dice Masters. So if you want more Dice Master stuff for Spider-Man, there you go. Games Workshop has announced quite a few things. Now they've announced a team-up with Steve Jackson Games to make Munchkin, Warhammer, Age of Sigmar. This will be coming out in November 2019. The next expansion for Terraforming Mars, Turmoil, has been announced. This is, from what I understand, the largest expansion for this, and interesting enough, it's going to be going to Kickstarter, unlike the previous expansions. This one's going to be including global events and things that will affect the whole planet as a whole. Asmodee announced at the Gamma Trade Show that they have exclusive distribution of CMON products in the US. So Asmodee, this does not mean Asmodee is buying CMON. It just means that they are going to be the ones who you get their products from in America. As far as I can tell, the design departments and the structure of the companies are still completely different. Gale Force 9 has announced a reprint of the classic game Dune. We already knew that they had the Dune license. The Dune game, from the same folks who made Cosmic Encounter, has been out of print for many years. Many people have tried to get it. We don't know how, we don't know if it's going to be exactly the same. We don't know if it's based on the upcoming movie, but we do know that it's coming. Funforge has announced Namiji. This is a sequel to Tokaido, a game in which you kind of meander through and move through an area. This is a boat trip. So it's not the same game, but something different, a boat trip. There's going to be some push your luck in it, but it's still designed by Antoine Bauza. Above Board is a new TV show that's being filmed over the course of this year. Where it will show up, we'll have to wait and see. Travis Oates is the director and producer of this show. Also, as a caveat, I'm on the show at certain points too. Arkham Asylum is the new Talisman game from USAopoly. So we've already talked about the fact that there was Kingdom Hearts Talisman. Now there's Arkham Asylum, a Batman one in which you're a villain going around trying to become the king of Arkham, and Batman's running around messing with you. Apparently the Batman one is based on an expansion that was for the original Talisman. Jasco has announced an expansion for Buffy the Vampire Slayer game, Friends and Frenemies, so this will be coming out soon. From Osprey Games, we have Judge Dredd Helter Skelter. This is from Martin Wallace and is based on Wildlands. So Wildlands, which is a pretty neat game. A lot of people have enjoyed this one. It's doing extremely well. So now this is basically, I don't know if it's the same game with the IP put on top of it, but it's certainly based on it. Brain Games has announced a few games. First, we have Pigasus. This is mixed animals type game. So you're going to be looking at one animal. So you might see a lion/giraffe. You need to find a giraffe lion on the table. Also, Snowman Dice. Brain Games is taking over I guess they're the king of ice at this point in time. And so this is a dice game set where you're trying to roll dice and do different things. From Monster Fight Club, there's a new game called Tentacle Town, which is different than I thought. It's a town that's being attacked by tentacles, and you're working to stop it with a lot of different miniatures and things like that. Now, I mentioned earlier about Arkham Asylum Talisman. Pegasus themselves, Pegasus is actually working with Games Workshop to bring back Talisman. 4th edition, as far as I understand, this will be released at Gen Con this year. And I don't know that there's any changes at all. It looks like it's the same as the 4th edition, which was previously printed by Fantasy Flight Games. And then Funko Pop. Everyone is collecting the Funko Pop dolls these days. They have gotten into board games. They've announced that there's a big initiative. It looks like their plan is to go up against Hasbro, and they bought Forrest-Pruzan Creative. They're the folks who made Villainous and games like that. So we'll see where this leads. Will they have games with Funko Pop figures in them, or is this just another line of their company? Time will tell. And that's it. That's a Dice Tower News Digest. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel. Have fun gaming.